Pirates are depicted as greedy swashbucklers out to plunder gold that they bury in an ornate box somewhere far away. That treasure is usually marked with an X, and a treasure map is made to help the pirates find their loot. But is that true? Did pirates really bury treasure like we always see in stories? Let's find out on today's episode of
Colossal Question.
It turns out that the history of pirates pillaging and plundering, there are only a few cases where real-life pirates actually buried treasure, and it wasn't how you see it in the movies. Maybe the most famous example comes from an English privateer named Sir Francis Drake. A privateer was basically a legal British mercenary pirate. They were paid by the British government to hunt down and capture criminals at sea. A privateer was usually limited to tracking down one particular ship for a certain period of time. So Drake might not have been a card-carrying pirate, but he lived the scallywag lifestyle. In 1573, Drake and his men captured tons of Spanish gold and silver. In an attempt to keep it from being recaptured, they decided to bury the treasure along the Panama coast. But unlike a classic pirate tale, Drake didn't leave the cash for long. He left guards with the gold and quickly came back to get it once the coast was clear. Okay, so if in real life pirates rarely buried any treasure, then why do we almost always picture pirates doing it today? A lot of modern pirate myths can trace their origins to a book from 1833 called Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson. His book is about Caribbean pirates in the 1700s, and its depiction of pirates influenced just about every swashbuckling story that followed. In the book, pirates are always shown wearing eye patches, peg legs, and flamboyant costumes. They're often bloodthirsty, say things like "arr," and might even have a parrot perched on their shoulder. And they always bury their booty with an X and draw a treasure map to the spot. These things were all colorful character traits that were added into the book to make it more exciting. But none of them were common among real-life pirates. First of all, there have been all kinds of pirates all around the world, not just Pirates of the Caribbean. Famous pirates hailed from China, Africa, the Middle East, and all sorts of other places, with their own pirate codes and traditions. So if pirates weren't quite like we picture them and never really buried their treasure, then what did they do with all that plunder? The answer is simpler than you might think. They spent it. Pirates love to party, play games, and have a good time as much as anyone. And a heaping helping of gold doubloons keep the good times rolling. Even still, there are those who are convinced that some lost pirate fortunes are still buried in the wild, waiting to be found. So next time you're alone in a Caribbean cave, you may as well bring your metal detector.